Alright, show you a little bit of how I make this trommel wheel, and then we're going to go over the bucket count here, what I got going on there, and should be for some fun video as we progress on the bucket count. But we'll get into that in the next video. We're going to show you this trash can I turned into a trommel. I got this one laid out a little better. This last one here, I just kind of slapped it together, not thinking that it was going to work all that well, but dang, it worked pretty good. Got all my dirt here that went through the gold wheel. It's all the leftovers full of water. To show you, a lot of people think it's a plastic can and weak, but let's see if I can get it balanced on there. That's probably 50 pounds, easy, setting on it. So the way I fabricate it, it comes out pretty strong. I was trying to stand on it, but my one-legged action don't work. So just kind of show you what we got going here. I took the hub off of it, so I don't have the hub anymore for the motor. But it just slides on there. You got the wheels, and that's it. It's really simple, cheap to build. The can's $5, and you got about $5 in this. This is a poly kind of pipe I found at the hardware store, and I liked it. It works pretty good, but you can see I didn't really get the spirals in there in a true spiral, and there's a few places I had to take the screws out because they were bouncing on the tire, so we're going to fix that. We're also going to change the holes, make them a little nicer. I like the plastic because it's really easy to get these rocks out. It's flexible, you know. These are just the rocks from the last run, but they just come out a lot easier than this stuff. I might roll this up one day and try to make one out of metal, but this is a lot easier to fabricate, just as strong. Got about 36 buckets through it, and it's a little scratched up in there, but not bad. So on this next one, I'm going to drill smaller holes up here, probably like a 1/16. So this first area will be like 1/16 holes, 1/8, and then I'll probably do 3/8 back here, and then that'll help slow the dirt down as it comes out. And basically this top tray, which I'm going to make removable so it slides out with the, I'm going to use the UR matting from Gold Hog, and that'll catch all the big stuff. It won't catch all my gold, but there'll be gold in it, because this mat down here, man, it had a ton of gold in it, and I glued it in so I couldn't hardly get it out of there without taking it all apart. So we're going to also make a tray here that slides out, has the UR mat. So all my small rock will go down that mat, and the bigger will go here. But it's more just to slow the feed rate down. Pre-classification. We'll see how it works. Maybe I end up drilling all these out, you know, to the 3/8 or 1/4 inch hole I have here is what I ran it. So we'll show you how we're going to do that. So basically, I'll drill my holes for my screws on each one of these cross sections, making sure that I don't get in line with the tires. And once I do that, I'm going to come back and put some of this in there. This time I went with a little more flexible hose, and I was kind of hoping it would kind of grip the rocks and help pull them out of the trommel a little faster. Of all vinyl tubing. And then once I get all those screws in there, I'll come back in and start laying this tube in and screwing it in. And when I get it in there, we'll fill it with epoxy resin. On this last one, I used this Alumalite. It's a plastic stuff you can get at Hobby Lobby. It's fairly expensive. I think it's like $30 for those 2 jars, you know, and I used half of it. And it dries in like super hard in 30 seconds, so you don't have very long to inject it in there. I have to use an injector. But we'll inject epoxy resin, a little cheaper, and I can get that stuff at work, I think, for nothing. So we will come back once we get this tube screwed in there and ready for epoxy resin. Once I get all that done, then I come back because it rigidens up that trash can. And I'll drill all the holes in it, and got a hub on order for the motor, kind of in nickel and dime everything. I'm so broke. So I'm gonna get another hub for that motor and gold hog matting. That's gonna put a dent in it. And then make these 2 trays removable. So we'll come back as we're making progress on that and show you more. Alright, so we got this drilled out so we can screw that pipe in. I just drilled it out with an 1/8" screw and using some stainless steel screws. So we'll get that screwed in here and come right back.